emerging economy is infrastructural development. Specifically, the movement of goods and persons from one point to another is becoming very cumbersome, if not hazardous. The federal government, in recognition of the fact there is a desired need for transformation of Nigerian railway system into a more dynamic and functional one, encourage the use of rail to reduce the road traffic congestion problems and open up the sector to private sector investment to reduce its burden on the federal government. The federal government in 2017 entered into agreement with General Electric, a US-based company, under the rehabilitation and concession of Western and Eastern rail lines to connect Aba, Rivers, Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Kwara, Kaduna, Katsina, Enugu, Bauchi, Gombe, Plateau, Borno, Yobe, Kano states. And while the western lines of about 1,120 kilometers from Lagos to Kano and to Nguru, 230 kilometers, Fontoa, 100 kilometers, Karuna Dama, 121 kilometers. The eastern lines are from Port Harcourt to Kaduna, 915 kilometers, Maiduguri, 709 kilometers, and just 35 kilometers. In spite of the fact that the rails are more efficient in haulage of bulk loads over long distances in environmental and economic ease, including cargoes and petroleum products, the sector suffers a neglect, especially the Eastern Rail Line, which commenced in Port Harcourt in Rivers State, passing through Abia, Enugu, Benue, Kogi, Kaduna, Kano, Gombe, and even in Cross River, and terminates into Maiduguri, Borno State. And this can also enter into from Maiduguri to Nguru, from Nguru to Hadeja, and Hadeja back to Kano. And it will making it the largest single rail network in Nigeria, which passes the 5 political zones. Eastern Railway Line had been denied a similar attention given to Lagos Western Rail Line in spite of the fact that investigation revealed that Eastern Rail Line remains the most lucrative route in Nigeria. More disturbed that in spite of being the most lucrative route in Nigeria and a distance of 1,402 kilometers passing through Aba in Abia State, the commercial nerve center of the Southeast is regrettably left in comatose condition, a resulting Nigerian Railway Corporation losing at least 10.4 billion each year since 2004, totaling about 63 billion in the past 6 years. Despite the colossal loss of revenue on this corridor and the attendant economic benefit that will be accrued, the commencement of rehabilitation and concession of the Eastern Rail Lines as entered by the executive had not been taken up, like that of Western Corridor, with 2 to 3 different companies, EG Transit and its consortium partners, which include Sino Hydro of China, Dutch-based APM terminals, for unexplained reasons. The federal government, the Federal Executive Council is yet to give approval for the commencement, which leaves not just the government as losers, but almost the host communities in the rail line from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. Non-existence of airports or land ports in the whole of Abia State, which is high volume of commercial activities, it has posed a serious hindrance to export and import activities, a situation that would have necessitated a prioritized consideration and commencement of concession agreements, especially in consideration that the Senate has approved loans for the infrastructure development. We resolved the executive prioritizing the commencement of the rehabilitation and concession agreement for the Eastern Corridor in recognition of its huge revenue potential to the national economy and for movement of people to reduce the burden on the debilitated roads in the axis. Mandate its Committee on Transport to interface with the relevant ministries and agencies to executive to facilitate the commencement of Eastern Corridor. Mandate its Committee on Compliance to ensure that the compliance and report back to the Senate in 3 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. President, my colleagues, this is a very simple thing. Since the Senate had approved 22 billion, I think it would be right that Eastern Rail Line should be included. Anybody excluding it is not to the benefit of the people and not for the benefit of the economy. We are talking about diversifying the economy. Everything in Nigeria could be manufactured in Aba. There's nothing that this country wants to manufacture that cannot be manufactured in Aba in Abia State. From automobile to motor parts to hardware and to cars. So even they can manufacture people like leader. Mr. President, I so submit.
Senator Rochas Okoro.
Hi guys, welcome to latest breeze. So today on the headlines, Senate urges Nigerian government to commence rehabilitation of Eastern Rail Line. The Senate made this resolution while considering a motion on urgent need to resuscitate and reactivate the rehabilitation and concession of the Eastern Rail Line project, sponsored by Orji Uzo Kalu and co-sponsored by 102 other senators. The Nigerian Senate on Tuesday urged the executive arm of government to prioritize the commencement of the rehabilitation and concessioning agreement of the Eastern Corridor of Railway Line. The Senate made this resolution while considering a motion on urgent need to resuscitate and reactivate the rehabilitation and concession of the Eastern Rail Line project, sponsored by Orji Uzo Kalu and co-sponsored by 102 other senators. Presenting the motion, Kalu pointed out that it became imperative to propel the executive to take the action in view of its huge revenue potentials to the national economy and for movement of people to reduce the burden on dilapidated roads within the eastern axis of the country. He lamented that the Eastern Rail Line had been denied similar attention given to Lagos-Kano Western Rail Line in spite of the fact that investigations revealed that the Eastern Rail Line remained the most lucrative route in Nigeria. The lawmaker in his presentation noted that one of the greatest challenges facing the nation as an emergency economy was poor infrastructural development. He said, the movement of roads and persons from one point to another is becoming very cumbersome, if not hazardous. The federal government in 2017 entered into an agreement with General Electric, a Boston, United States-based company, under the rehabilitation and concessioning of Western and Eastern Railway lines to connect Abia, Rivers, Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Kwara, Kaduna, Katsina, Enugu, Bauchi, Gombe, Plateau, Borno, Yobe, and Kano states. And while the western lines of 1,126 kilometers are from Lagos to Kano and to North Guru 230 kilometers, Funtua Mom and Kaura Nomada 121 kilometers. The eastern lines are from Port Harcourt to Kaduna 915 kilometers, Maiduguri 706 kilometers, 105.35 kilometers. In spite of the fact that the railways are more efficient in haulage of bulk loads over long distances in environmental and economic ease, including cargoes and petroleum products, the sector suffers neglect, especially the Eastern Rail Line, which commences in Port Harcourt in Rivers State, passing through Abia State, Enugu, Benue, Kogi, Kaduna, Kano to Gombe, and terminates in Maiduguri, Borno State. The Eastern Rail Line had been denied a similar attention given to Lagos-Kano Western Rail Line in spite of the fact that the investigations revealed that the Eastern Rail Line remains the most lucrative route in Nigeria. In spite of being the most lucrative route in Nigeria and a distance of about 1,402 kilometers, having passed through Aba in Abia State, the commercial nerve center of the southeast is regrettably left in a comatose condition, resulting in Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) losing at least 208 million each year since 2014. The Senate, in its resolution, mandated its Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance by the executive arm of government and report back to the Senate in 3 weeks for further legislative actions. So some people had some comments on this. Someone said Senate wants to force federal government to go against their wish. We have another comment, especially that one that has at Holy Ghost said at the back of NEPA office. Each time I pass, I feel like crying. So we have another comment here. Nice one, Carlo. The floor of that Senate is a medium for each senator to speak up for their people and attract development towards their area. Another comment here, read this in the plenary report on Twitter, but then this is usually how the plenary sessions are held. Many decisions and recommendations, however, reality shows that they are hardly followed up, no matter how important or urgently they are said to be. Why urge, if not backward thinking, a government elected by the people? It's their duty to provide these amenities. So we have another comment here. Anyone doing okay? It's advertisement. Another comment here. This is the bane of the country. If there's equity in distribution of wealth and the infrastructural development of this country, few people will clamor for succession. Succession. We need a true nationalistic mindset to grow our beloved fatherland. So another comment again, Jonathan and his cronies budgeted so much money for this project but end up looting it all. What a waste, what a shame. Another comment here, good news, I hope this will work out. Please let me know if you can help me with a good PPA in Delta State. Okay, I'll read another comment again from someone. It's quite long. So someone, like, we don't already know it's for selfish and fraudulent reasons that will never benefit the masses for years to come. 30 years later, after this set of senators are dead and gone with their offspring, lavishly spending the money they stole off whatever money was budgeted for the commissioning of railway projects, the new set of senators will come and clamor for this same bill to be passed again. Rubbish. So one last comment before we go on. Should I say last? Okay, looks important. I took a train from Enugu Ogui Road to Port Harcourt in 2013. The Eastern Axis are working when Jonathan was president. Jonathan even introduced the executive coach that had air conditioners and ports for phone chargers. We left Enugu subway at 7 a.m. It works like flights, no delays, and arrived Port Harcourt at 3 p.m. I did it on purpose because it was my first time taking the train. It was fun and I met many young people. If Nigeria can fix these railways, it is the safest means of transportation whatever. You will relax and eat a massive kitchen made chicken that looks like someone's house. Apart from badly damaged railway that delayed our journey, I really enjoyed it. It was very cheap. Even the major problems of Nigeria lack maintenance. So we also have some other comments here because people have a lot to say about this, and this will be our last comment before we go for today. So someone said the day projects are sited in the northwest, another in east or south. This is the way Nigeria will become better and one country. So tell us your comments on what you think about the railway lines and the Eastern Rail Line. Comment on our YouTube channel, and also thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, and we'll be waiting. Thanks, have a nice day. Bye.